Your bones are alive, not just sitting there holding you up. They are breathing, rebuilding, and communicating with the rest of your body every single second of the day. The skeletal system, also called the osseous system, is one of the most misunderstood systems in the human body. Most people think of it as just a frame, but it is so much more than that. Let's break it down piece by piece. What is the skeletal system? The skeletal system is the body's built-in support structure. It is composed of bones, cartilages, ligaments, and other tissues that perform essential functions for the human body. Now, here is something important to understand right away. Bone, or osseous tissue, is not just hard material sitting inside your body. Osseous tissue is a hard, dense connective tissue that forms most of the adult skeleton, the internal support structure of the body. And in areas where bones need to move against each other, like your shoulder or the bones of your spine, cartilage, a semi-rigid form of connective tissue, provides flexibility and smooth surfaces for movement. We all have 206 bones, and together they make up the skeleton, which gives the body structure, protects important organs like the brain and heart, and allows muscles to facilitate movement. Without bones, you would be a limp mass of organs, muscle, and skin. Two divisions of the skeleton. The skeleton is divided into two major parts. The axial skeleton consists of bones located along the vertical axis of your body. It contains 80 bones, 22 bones that make up the skull, 33 vertebrae, 24 ribs, and the sternum. Think of the axial skeleton as your body's central column. Everything important, your brain, your heart, your lungs, is protected right here. Then there is the appendicular skeleton. The appendicular skeleton consists of the bones in your limbs, as well as the bones that connect the limb bones to the axial skeleton, such as the pelvis and the scapula. This is the part that gives you your reach, your grip, your ability to walk, run, and lift. Two divisions, one complete system. What bones actually do. Now let's talk about what bones are actually doing inside your body, because there are more jobs than most people realize. The primary functions of the skeletal system are to protect internal organs, provide support for the body, allow for movement, produce blood cells, and store minerals such as calcium and phosphorus. Let's go through each one. Support. Just as the steel beams of a building provide a scaffold to support its weight, the bones and cartilage of your skeletal system form the scaffold that supports the rest of your body. Protection. Your skull protects your brain, your ribs shield your heart and lungs, and the vertebrae in your spine keep your spinal cord safe. Movement. Bones facilitate movement by serving as points of attachment for your muscles. While some bones only serve as a support for the muscles, others also transmit the forces produced when your muscles contract. From a mechanical standpoint, bones act as levers and joints serve as fulcrums. Mineral storage. Bones serve as a reservoir for calcium and phosphate, releasing these minerals into the bloodstream to maintain homeostasis when needed. And finally, blood cell production. This one surprises most people. The bone marrow, which resides within the hollow parts of bones, is a primary site for hematopoiesis, the formation of blood cells. This function is crucial for maintaining the body's oxygen supply, immune defense, and clotting mechanisms. In other words, your bones are making your blood right now. Types of bone tissue. So what is bone actually made of on the inside? There are two types of bone tissue, compact and spongy. The names imply that the two types differ in density or how tightly the tissue is packed together. Let's start with compact bone. Compact bone consists of closely packed osteons, also called Haversian systems. Each osteon consists of a central canal called the Haversian canal, which is surrounded by concentric rings of matrix. Between those rings, bone cells called osteocytes are located in spaces called lacunae. Small channels called canaliculi radiate from the lacunae to the Haversian canal to provide passageways through the hard matrix. Think of compact bone like tightly packed pipes running side by side, dense, strong, and built to take pressure. Now, spongy bone is different. Spongy or cancellous bone is lighter and less dense than compact bone. It consists of plates called trabeculae, bars of bone arranged around small, irregular cavities that contain red bone marrow, and those trabeculae are not random. Each trabecula forms along lines of stress to direct forces out to the more solid compact bone, providing strength to the bone. Spongy bone provides balance to the dense and heavy compact bone by making bones lighter so that muscles can move them more easily, strong where it needs to be, light where it can afford to be. The engineering inside your bones is remarkable. The bone cells. Now, who is doing all the work inside the bone? There are three types of cells that contribute to bone homeostasis. Osteoblasts are bone-forming cells. Osteoclasts resorb or break down bone, and osteocytes are mature bone cells. Here is how they work together. Osteoblasts build. They create new bone tissue and lay down fresh matrix. Osteoclasts break it down. They dissolve old or damaged bone so the body can rebuild. And osteocytes, they are the maintenance crew, mature cells that stay embedded in the matrix, monitoring the bone's condition and communicating with other cells. Osteoclasts are continually breaking down old bone, while osteoblasts are continually forming new bone. The ongoing balance between osteoblasts and osteoclasts is responsible for the constant but subtle reshaping of bone. This process is called bone remodeling, and it never stops. Bones are living tissues that are constantly undergoing remodeling, a process in which old bone tissue is broken down and new bone tissue is formed. Bone marrow, red and yellow. Inside many bones, there are two types of marrow. Red marrow is responsible for hematopoiesis, while yellow marrow primarily consists of adipocytes serving as energy storage. In adults, red marrow is found mostly in flat bones like the pelvis and sternum, whereas yellow marrow is more predominant in long bones. So your flat bones, the ones most people overlook, are quietly producing millions of blood cells every single day. Cartilage and ligaments, bone does not work alone. Cartilage acts as the cushion. It lines the surfaces of joints so that bones can glide past each other without grinding. It absorbs shock. It protects. And ligaments? Ligaments are composed of dense connective tissue that surround joints, tying skeletal elements together, connecting bones to other bones. Together, bone, cartilage, and ligaments form a system that is both rigid and flexible at the same time. Unique features. There are also some remarkable unique features of the skeletal system worth knowing. The periosteum is the outer covering of bone. It is a vital structure in bone function, serving to nourish and protect the underlying cortical bone. It is essential for bone growth and remodeling, and bones respond to the forces placed on them. Bone undergoes continuous remodeling to adapt to mechanical stress and maintain mineral homeostasis. That is why weight-bearing exercise builds stronger bones. The bone literally responds to the load you place on it. Summary. In summary, remember this. The skeletal system is made up of 206 bones divided into the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. Bone tissue comes in two types, compact and spongy, each serving a different purpose. 3 bone cells keep everything in balance. Osteoblasts build, osteoclasts break down, and osteocytes maintain. Bone marrow produces your blood cells, making the skeleton a living, active organ, not just a frame. And cartilage and ligaments work alongside bone cells to give your body its strength, flexibility, and range of motion. Your skeleton is not just holding you up. It is keeping you alive.